Alright, we're in the main drag of Tanunda, the heart of the Barossa. We're just going to go check out. We've just realised that it's gather round at the AFL. Again, Trace and I are not the strongest when it comes to AFL. I do support the Suns randomly, but we're going to check out what the information centre has. And then I reckon we grab a coffee, hey dear?
Yeah.
There's some pretty cool stuff. We are heading to St. Hugo.
I don't know, according to...
2-3.
Where do we go? This could be good. Right.
Anyway, let's take a look. It seems gloomy. It's a little bit nippy. I wouldn't say it's cold. I'm in a t-shirt and shorts, probably because I'm from New Zealand. There's a lot of people walking around with puffer jackets, so puffer jackets are made for the snow. Anyway, we're gonna go over a coffee. Alright, so we just popped into the info centre. Definitely worth stopping in. The young lady that served us, didn't even catch her name, but she was super helpful, gave us some tips and what to do. Tracy's just grabbing a coffee to do a quick lap of the street. Even though I posted that it's not that cold, the sensible part of me thinks I might need to buy a jersey, so we might walk up and down here and see if I got a jersey. I got a couple of hoodies, but God, don't want to look like that guy on a wine tour. Anywho, so what I'm going to say here is, if you've got a full license in a car, anyone that watches this, and you want to make some money, I don't know what it is, but here at Tanunda and at the Barossa and the same at Hunter Valley, Ubers are absolutely ridiculous to come by. There is no Ubers here. I don't know why, because you'd make a killing. Even if you somehow worked a deal and inflated your rate. So anyway, just if you're after a side hustle and you've got a driver's license in a car, I'd say get down here or there. Burge and St. Hugo was about 5 k's down the road from the caravan park, so pretty handy. We think we're in the right spot for the cellar door. One thing about down, some pretty old buildings, man. So yeah, we're going to cruise down here and see. Oh, that's an old tractor and a lady. Parking. Okay, we're on this way. So yeah, beautiful. Look, the sun's starting to come out too. Stop 1, day 3 down at the Barossa. Alright, so we just pulled up. So this is actually probably one of our favourite, not finest, one of our most favourite wines that we purchased a lot of is Grant Burge. Trace loves a Pinot Chardonnay, we both do by the way. But I love some of their Merlots. Gorgeous, but mate, grapes for Africa, not the people, that's the saying. And the sun's coming out. Do it. Alright, we're pulling into Jacob's Creek, which is right next door to Grant Burge, so that was handy. We're coming and we've booked for the tasting of their limited edition launch, so that'll be nice, something different.
What'd you pay for that?
It was $10 or $20 a head. It was cheap. Why? Did you find the one expensive?
Yeah, I thought you better get the $75 one.
No, not yet. Anyway, this is pretty cool. So there's horses here. We just seen some horses cover over. Look at that. Aww. We've seen the horses walk past when we're at Grant Burge. So this is right next door to Grant Burge. So we'll do this one, then we're going to head over to, try and get up to Rockford Wines today, this afternoon, and maybe do a couple more, or do at least Rockford and another one, and then we're going to try and get back and drop the ute off at the caravan park and then head into Tanunda. There's a cool old pub we'd like to go and check out and see what that's all. Okay, so we just finished up at Jacob's Creek tasting. One thing we noticed here in the Barossa versus Hunter Valley, the people, the servers, sommeliers, whatever you want to call them, we just had a young girl and I forgot her name, but she was pretty awesome. But they're not pushy. They're very knowledgeable, but not pushy. Share their knowledge with you. Don't try and force some stuff down you. But anyway, Trace has just popped back in. Took a photo amongst the vines. And then we're going to get some food, drop the van off, drop the truck off. I've still got the truck with us. Then we're going to hit some more vineyards.
So we're doing a little update for today. Today we went to Grant Burge first, which is one of our favourites, and it was lovely. It was beautiful settings, beautiful old stone building. It was apparently built in the 1800s or something.
1840s, I think she said.
We didn't know it, but apparently...
Was the country around then? Yeah, 1700.
Apparently,
should challenge that.
Apparently the vineyards here are the oldest in the world. Because,
still active.
Yeah, they're active because the ones in Rome and stuff got some bug and disease and they had to replant. So yeah, the oldest active vineyards in the world are down here in the Barossa. Bit of useless information for you.
And another fact about Grant Burge, his grandfather, great-grandfather, whoever it was, his wife would only drink champagne. Oh, what were you thinking about?
I was thinking about the Bible stuff.
Oh, no. She'd only drink champagne, so they've taken years as a vineyard, as a winery, to master sparkling wines, which is why we love the Pinot Chardonnay. It's beautiful. And we had the vintage version today, which we brought a bottle, absolute suckers, and no, I wasn't paying.
But he made me. I kept saying no. He goes, no, get it. So it was
only $45 a bottle. I know that sounds ridiculous. Like, I wouldn't pay for it. I probably would, to be honest, but it was beautiful, so smooth. We got that to bring home for a special occasion when the Wires make the top 8. So yeah, that was good. And then we went to Jacobs Creek. So Jacobs Creek was fun. It was very commercialised. It was kind of what I expected. You know, like, it was just all about them and their brand and still supporting the tennis and blah blah blah. It was kind of a little bit weird.
Nice setting.
Nice
you could
setting.
Walk amongst.
Yeah, it was lovely. The setting's lovely.
Not the vines. They planted vines that you could walk amongst, because you're not allowed to walk amongst the vines.
Yeah, we got to eat a few grapes and stuff.
We ate some grapes, which was different.
But we thought after that, so that probably got us through to about 1:30, I reckon, 1:30. And we thought, oh, well, let's come home and drop the truck off. But to be honest, I had to do that anyway, because I think I definitely had more than 2 or 3 standard drinks for the morning, which would have put me pretty much on the limit, I reckon. So I said to Tracy, let's bring the truck home and then we'll try and grab an Uber.
Which don't exist yet.
As you'll see in the video, there is absolutely no Ubers. So instead of panicking and rushing around, old J-Bone took the opportunity to have an afternoon nap. So I had a little bit of a nap, listened to a podcast. I'll share that update with you. It's a pretty cool podcast. I actually listened to about 15 minutes and then I woke up and it was on episode 3. So I have no idea what it's really about, but it sounds interesting. And then we've just come back. We popped into town and we had dinner at the Tanunda Hotel on the main drag, which was really nice.
I had a roast. It was yum.
Trace had a roast beef. Yeah, really nice. It looked really nice. I didn't taste it.
It was really nice.
I just had chicken snitty because I wanted something hearty and warm because it is quite cold. Ironically though, back at the campground and there's no breeze, so it's nippy but not cold. And then we called into a little bottle store on the way past called Tanunda Cellars, and we were told by a few vineyards today that 2021 grapes in the Barossa was one of the best seasons I've had for years.
Perfect conditions,
like the weather and stuff, and getting like the Shiraz grapes that grow on the south side more have a Pinot touch than a bold Shiraz. So we scurried through this place and found a couple of bottles. Well, we usually pay $30-40 a bottle. We got 2 for 40. So we're just going to sit at home tonight, at the campground underneath our little chalet of lights, and have a couple of wines. Tomorrow we're going to Seppelsfield. Seppelsfield.
It's quite awesome.
Got the tasting book for 10:30, so yep. Potential early morning boozes. It's like a race day some days, but we're going to be there for a little bit and then we're going to try and crack on to a couple. We were trying to book a tour today, but for the price of the tour, obviously it's aimed towards tourists, suckers.
And they come from Adelaide, which is an hour away.
Yeah, so we
a
thought
full day tour.
I'll probably drive again tomorrow for the first couple of vineyards and then we'll come back, and then hopefully someone's watched my video in time and hopped in their car and drove down here to become an Uber, because we need to work that out. There was no taxi either. Here's something funny. So the taxi, they said to us at the information centre, oh, just try the taxi if you have no luck with Uber. So Trace and I scanned the internet obviously, and then we got the taxi number. honestly, and I mean, it's what a crock of bullshit. The guy doesn't work Mondays. So I keep going to his voicemail.
No Sunday Mondays, doesn't it?
Yeah, Sunday Mondays. So there's obviously one guy running taxis here too. Honestly, if you want to make some money, you come down here and just start up an Uber or a competing taxi business.
It's open on Sunday Monday.
Or if you're a vineyard that gets onto this, why don't you just run a free shuttle? You get so much more business. But anyway, you probably don't need that anyway. So that's the day one update. Day two tomorrow. And then something that's really annoyed us so far this trip at Barossa is we're staying at Discovery Parks, and they offered pay 3 stay 4. Pay 3 stay 4. Trace and I tried both on our phones, on the iPad, on everything to try and get it through the app. Anyway, we went to check out and they didn't give us a discount, so we thought the right thing to do was just like pay for it and then try and sort it out when we get here, And you had no luck. So they actually made us pay for the extra night. So I've sent an email away because the young girls here running the shop,
got no idea.
they don't want to be confronted by a couple of bloody Queenslanders. So yeah, I've sent an email away. Hopefully they honour it, but if not, Discovery Parks will be getting an absolute roasting from roaming with Elise. But yeah, so that's probably the disappointing thing. Otherwise, the park is awesome.
It's made for kids too.
It's made for kids, yeah.
They've got, you probably hear in the background, they had Shrek on this big movie screen and a big pool, and they have coffee comes, and there's like a food truck and there's a cocktail truck. It's like you can pretty much stay here and
yeah, you wouldn't have to leave the facilities if you're a family. If you were a 70s or an 80s baby like we were, even before that. But remember, you used to have little spokies, or the little flippers that you go around and on
your bike.
On the bike, on your back wheel, and it used to make that noise. There's a new thing that we've just found out, and it's absolutely horrendous. I've got to be quiet because there's 1,000 kids around. It's an absolute pain in the ass. But they crush up Powerade bottles and drink bottles, and they jam it between their brakes and their back wheel. And it sounds like the plastic rubbing sounds like it's a little dirt bike. That's huge down here.
Kids are riding around their bikes making horrible noise.
Yeah.
Pain in the butt.
I want to come out and start effing and jeffing, but it's not really my place to. To be honest, it's not that painful, but anyway.
We're just intolerant.
I'll just finish off the video with a bit of a day one recap. Shout out to the prices who asked for more content. Yeah, I'm going to start charging you guys if you start demanding more from the producer, by the way. Joking. Anyway, we're going to enjoy a couple of wines and then we'll catch up tomorrow.